What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Pokemon Black and White 2. In the last episode, we managed to chase Team Plasma out of Burbank City, board the ship, and make our way here to Castelia City, the heart of Unova. Well, maybe that's not necessarily true. Nimbasa is technically the heart, but the biggest city in Unova, no less. And, well, just like last time, there is so much to do and so much to explain and so much to explore here in this city. We went over all of the piers as well as this main oceanfront road here, except for this one spot, which this is the Battle Company. And we're going to be heading on in here in this episode. There's a couple people I want to talk to, but first things first. If you work in this building at Pokemon battles, not opinion battles. You appear to be strong, but if you go upstairs, please be extra careful. Oh yes, if you'd like, you should have your Pokemon hold this. And we're going to get ourselves an experience share, which is used for any Pokemon that are lagging behind in experience. Pokemon holding, gets some of the experience, basically 50%. Now, that 50% is at a flat rate, so if that Pokemon participates in a battle but then switches out, they will then split the remaining experience with whoever they switch out. So, for instance, if I gave it to Riolu and then Riolu battled for a bit and then I switched to Tomoe, Riolu would then get 75% of the experience and Tomoe would only get 25%. That 50% is guaranteed. The rest of it is what gets split. All right, real quick. Thing you have as a Pokedex, isn't it? Wow, cool. You collect Pokemon. Okay, I'll help you. Which Pokemon did you choose at the beginning of your journey? Now, you can actually lie here. If I wanted to get a Miracle Seed, I could say Snivy. If I wanted a Charcoal, I could get Tepig. But there's no point. I'm going to say Oshawott. There we go. Maybe you can't lie. I thought you could lie. I could have sworn you could lie and get a completely different item because I thought I had done it before, but maybe that was only in the first game. I actually don't remember because I guess she does check to make sure that you have Oshawott, so maybe I'm actually incorrect in that assertion. Regardless, I did want the Mystic Water anyway because then I can actually give it to Tomoe, which is always nice to have. Now, let's talk to you really quickly. From Castelia, Harlequin Hunt. You found the Battle Company, Harlequin. All right. There's the first one down. Every morning, my Pokemon wakes up with uproar, so I always look like a wreck. But I appreciate its good intentions. I'll work my hardest to provide for it today, as always. Now, I do want to mention, I did forget the Harlequin in the last episode at the Passive by Analytics. I will run in there and grab it on the way out. For now, let's just head on up here, because the last Harlequin is up one of the major streets anyway, so it's not like I am totally dying for not having gotten that immediately, but I did space out on that at the end of the last episode. My apologies. All right. Company tour. Anyway, let's have a battle. Now, you're going to have to talk to everybody in here to get these battles started, but this is going to be a great source of experience before we head into the gym here in Castelia, because, yes, there is a gym here in Castelia, but it is not the only source of experience, I should say. There is more. Now, you're also going to use Intimidate here really quickly. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to just start off with the Force Palm. Let's see how much this does. It's probably not going to be a crazy amount. Yep. But I think we should be okay to just continue using this. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I could just honestly have used a workup, but oh well. One more of these will be good. Plus, it's not attacking back anyway, so I'm not really even all that worried. Awesome. One more Force Palm should do it. Down it goes. Obviously, don't want to overuse this move too much, but I mean, which is exactly what I just did in that fight. But we have beaten Clerk Clemens. A lot of battling to be done in this episode. In fact, it's pretty much going to be the entire episode. What power on moves? So I'll give you this present, and we get ourselves some Quick Balls, which have a much higher catch rate as soon as a Pokemon appears. I can definitely see some opportunities where that is going to be useful. All right, actually, I thought you had to talk to every person, but I guess not. This lady just saw me and started the battle. There's a lot of items in here as well that we're going to want to be grabbing as we go through, so make sure we do absolutely everything. Oh no, Brittany, she dropped it. Pick it up. I love that they have to make the lady worker a klutz. It's like, why? Why must we do this? I mean, obviously because it's cute. No, not Poison Point. You suck. Okay, that's okay. We have a Pecha Berry though. Beautiful. We'll absolutely take that. Now, I don't really want to use Force Palm, especially because it's not very effective, but maybe with the stab damage, it'll be stronger than Quick Attack. And it is, well, mainly because of the critical hit there. But okay, Steadfast is gotten rid of, and we will use Quick Attack again. Please don't cause Poison Point again. Thank you. That's what I like to see. All right, Jack almost got to level 18. Now, can I actually run into some Pokemon that are actually not resistant? Well, I guess Growlithe wasn't resistant, but it had Intimidate, and that really made my life a little bit harder. So over here, let's battle you next. We still got a couple more in here, at the very least. I'm pretty sure every single trainer in here does battle us. So Clerk Warren is going to start with a Meryl. Okay, again, that's fine. Even though Meryl are a little bit beefy. Mainly due to that HP stat, though. Although, obviously not nearly as much as its evolved counterpart, which is all HP and not much else. Defense curl, you're killing me. The thing is, it's like switching to Tomoe is not the idea. Like, I probably should have done that with Growlithe, but the other two, it's not any better. There's the paralysis I was looking for. And we are going to resist that rollout anyway, so it's not going to do too much damage. Now, let's do a quick attack. I'm going to try to hold off on the Force Palms for a while. Man, it's not doing anything. Really should just be using Work Up, shouldn't I? And we did stave off its rollout. I believe it reset rollout there. Yep, that is not the second stage because it got paralyzed for that one turn, so we should be fine. Down goes Meryl. Thank you very much. We're going to get a nice chunk of experience out of this one. Generally, HP does correlate to experience yield. Not entirely, but for the most part it does. So that is generally, if you have a high HP Pokemon, it's a good indicator you're going to get a decent amount of experience from it. Case in point, Audino, Blissey, Chansey, Pokemon like that. And we get ourselves a, Scope Lens. Let's go. Now that is something I'm definitely going to want to teach to Jack. In fact, actually, if I was committing to Razor Shell, I would give that to Tomoe, but because Tomoe is more specially offensive, it just doesn't make as much sense, because obviously Razor Shell does have that higher critical hit ratio. So if you compare it with things like, well, anything that has a higher critical hit ratio, like Shadow Claw or Slash or Razor Shell or things of that nature, Scope Lens obviously doubles the critical hit value of that. Is it double? Maybe it's just an additive 10%. I could be wrong about that. Regardless, we also got some timer balls back there, which those increase the catch rate the longer the battle goes on, although I don't believe the first increase happens until you are 10 turns in, so it better be a long-winded battle or don't bother. I believe if you decide... Oh, that's a freaking crap ton of damage. Why didn't I switch? I really should have switched right off the bat. What was I thinking? I cannot afford to let Jack faint for the sake of his happiness value. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I think if you do it inside of turn 10, it's the exact same catch rate as a basic Pokeball. Honestly, it might be even less. I could be wrong on that. So definitely don't bother unless you know you're going to get your money's worth out of it. Basically, take it into fights against legendaries. That's it. There we go. Or just other Pokemon with extremely low catch rates. But all right. Did that. That is everybody on this floor. Now, really quickly, I am going to use... I'll use one of my super potions here. I got a handful of them. I'll use that on Jack really quickly. And then I think I still have one regular potion floating around. Nope. Gosh dang it. Right there. There we go. Let's use that on Tomoe really quickly. Why not? Last potion. I'm going to probably hit up a vending machine later now that I've actually gotten myself some money and get myself a bunch more healing items. On to the 55th floor, where it looks like we're going to meet with the head of this place, but there is an item I want to grab first, so let's do that. Get ourselves another ether. Not bad. Second one since the Verbank complex. And yeah, no one else is in here, so let's head on over. Oh, hello there, sir. Oh, you are the Pokemon trainer I met at the entrance. You come this far, that means you're quite strong. You're prepared to face the strongest person in this building, then the time has come to challenge my grandson, the company president. That's right. There's a little bait and switch, because if you remember in the first game, the guy you thought was the janitor, which is the old man here, was actually the president, but this time, it's actually his grandson, who's just a freaking kid, which I think is hilarious. Also, child labor. I mean, I guess. No, it's child labor. What the heck? This is messed up. He's got an Eevee. Okay. Well, good thing Force Palm is super effective. This is why I didn't want to overuse that move too much getting up in here, because this was actually going to come in handy. Give it a good old slap there. Oh, not one shot, though. Dang it. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Now, I think I'll just finish you off with a quick attack really quickly. And we'll see what you have next. And this should push Jack to level 19. Yes, beautiful. Making progress, making a lot of progress. Wants to learn the move Copycat. Okay, let's go over this move really quickly. So, user mimics the move used immediately before it. The move fails if no other move has been used yet. This can be really nice if you have a high speed stat and you're always going first, because then you can always telegraph it. Granted, that's not always the best move to use in most circumstances, and in my specific case, I'm not going to bother with it too much, but did want to just quickly go over that move before I did anything else. So, all right, on to Herdeer, which may be packing Intimidate. We will see. No, it is not. Okay, that works out beautifully. I mean, I would have been kind of okay maybe with getting rid of counter for Copycat, but yeah. Also, wow. Oh, that was a crit. Okay, that makes sense. That's why that did so much damage. I was like, holy crap, that was a lot of damage for being not very effective. And an on-stab move. But awesome, we have beaten Neil. Research that I spent my whole life on was for naught. I lost. Because you were strong and I was weak. We must do even more research for Pokemon and for trainers. Thinking that when you win, it's because of your Pokemon, and that when you lose, it's because of yourself might make you stronger, but enjoying yourself is much, much more important. And there we go. All right. Oh, wait, is that it? Nothing else in here? You want to use that experience share? Nope. Okay, we got the prize at the beginning, so nothing else for us here. Now we can head on out, and we can do a little bit more exploring around Castelia. Now that we have finished up in this area, we got a few minutes to do so. I'll hit the Passerby Analytics HQ as well. I'm not going to really worry about healing up my Pokemon just yet because we shouldn't be getting into any crazy battles as we make our way through here, so it'll be fine. I'm going to actually go all the way to the left and kind of work my way over, but again, first in here, let's go talk to the Harlequin really fast as I navigate with this frickin' D-pad that is still giving me the fits. It's a very small D-pad, so that's what's causing me problems here. It's also very sensitive. All right, on to the first street we go. Now, this is known as Gym Street because, well, it's where the gym is at. If you talk to this guy, if you're looking for the gym leader, Berg, he said there might be trouble, and then he took off. You can go look for him if you'd like. Huh? Berg vanished again. Hey, I remember you. Oh, hello, Iris. Something came up, and Berg isn't here right now. Isn't Berg always vanishing, though? He always says he's got artist block, and then he just goes wandering out of the gym. Hi there, who are you? Looking for Team Plasma? But Team Plasma disbanded 2 years ago. Guess that doesn't matter. You're having problems, so I'll help you out. Now where would suspicious people go to hide? That's it. That might be where they are. So off Iris goes. Good grief, Berg and Iris are so similar. Looks like she went around the corner toward the Pokemon Center. Do you know where the Pokemon Center is? I do. Don't you worry about it. We will go there a little bit later. For now, we're going to head up here because this is going to be the last location where we are going to find ourselves a Harlequin. Now, need to scroll down on my guide here so I can get all my information here. This right here is the Metal Office. This is also going to have the location of a few things. So first things first, hello, if you'd like, I will massage your Pokemon. I definitely want you to massage my Riolu that I am trying to level up with happiness. So go right ahead. There's a nice boost, chunky boost to happiness there. Makes it a little bit more friendly towards me. Then we have this guy right here, the Name Rater. I'm the official Name Rater. Want me to rate the nicknames of your Pokemon? And by rate, he means change. So I'm going to say no to that, but this is where these two people are at. Now, if we talk to you, Feeling Reader, I've heard a lot of people take feeling checks using the Sea Gear. This lady is also going to give us the status of our Pokemon, essentially. If you want the actual happiness, you're going to want to talk to Bianca for that. But I'm going to head on up to the second floor, and welcome to the Metal Office. Okay. Really quickly. I'm from the Castelia Harlequin Hunt. You found the Metal Office. All right. Okay, that was the main thing I wanted to do here. So, this is the Metal Office. You can go up here and you can check your medal rank. You can also check on how you're doing on a number of medals. If you get all 50 medals, like it says in the medal case, you can actually come here and get a rank up ceremony. Now, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover here, because again, I'm not really focusing on medals too much. Instead, I want to go to the third floor, and this is where things are going to get a little bit more interesting. We're about to meet a new face for our character, but an old face from the first game. That's right, Fennel's here. Hi there, trainer. My name is Fennel. I'm researching Pokemon trainers. The GameSync is a vital part of that research. Let me explain the system for collecting trainer save files. GameSync is a system that retrieves the memories of sleeping Pokemon. That's right, we can collect save files of trainers from all over the world. What's more, we learned that if you use GameSync to make a Pokemon sleep, it will have dreams. Then when you wake up that Pokemon, its dream becomes reality in a space called the Entralink in the middle of the Unova region. Amazing, right? If you like, please send your save file. My assistant can explain the details, so if you're interested, please talk to her. Entralink, GameSync, Dream World, all of this stuff is connected. Once again, this is how you access it all. In the first game, they spent a lot more time explaining it in depth, but this time it's kind of just relegated to this room. This is Amanita. Are you a trainer? Do you use the PC at Pokemon Centers? I'm Amanita. I made it in the box system. Let's talk to her. You have a pal pad, I see. You can register your friends in your pal pad. After you register, you can link with those friends over a Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, do all sorts of fun things. You can trade Pokemon, challenge your friends to a battle, and so on. Let me give you a quick how-to on registering friends. You input the friend code, or you can use the IR connection feature of the Seeker and register your friend. Is something you'd like to ask me? No. Okay, we're good. That's all I want. And then you're the assistant, working as Fennel's assistant. Something you would like to know about researching dreams. So this is where she talks in depth about GameSync and Pokemon Dreams. Again, something that was focused a little bit more on the first game, especially as you were in and around the Dream Yard, where that whole idea kind of came to be. Again, we can't cover this because this is a social feature that is mostly, if not entirely, tethered to the Wi-Fi. And if it's not tethered to the Wi-Fi, it's local connection. And I can tell you right now, there aren't a lot of people running around playing Pokemon Black and White 2 on a DS in 2025. So it's just not happening, unfortunately. Again, there are other Let's Plays that do cover this stuff in depth, especially Let's Plays from back when this game was much more relevant. It's just kind of prohibitive for me, and I can't really worry about it too much. So I am just going to head on out of here. Now, before all is said and done, we are actually going to head up to the fountain area as I try to stop my timer from blaring into the microphone, because technically the episode is now supposed to be over, but I am going to make a couple more stops up here. So let's head on up here really quickly. We got this is the plaza area, which I'm not really going to do much in here right now. It's going to be a little bit more relevant a little bit later on. We're going to kind of back down. This is called Narrow Street right here. Talk to these guys. They're just going to grin and at us, and you can't be serious. And am I right? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yo. Oh, yeah. That was a whole lot of nothing. What's up? Where did I put those sunglasses? Ah, I found them. And you really got to have more light to see your way. Take this. It'll help you see dark places. And we get ourselves TM70 Flash. Thank goodness they have relegated this to TMs now as of Gen 4. If you use the move Flash, the accuracy of the opponent's moves goes down. When you use it twice, the rate to get hit by the move will be about half because it means more light. Okay, so don't really care about using it for effectiveness sake, but I am absolutely willing to teach it to my Patrat. So let me do that really quick. I could have sworn Nibbles can learn these things. Am I crazy? Maybe I got myself a bad HM user here. Maybe I was wrong. I swear he could. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Anyway, can't change your family. You can change how you interact with one another. Still that said, let's see. I've been letting my tired mind relax in this cafe the whole time. We got you. Listen to him playing guitar. I went back to the home I'd left behind, and my mother cried tears of joy. That's mothers for you. This is your first visit to this cafe. Am I correct? Please. Let me get ourselves the Moo Moo Milk. Give this to your dear Pokemon. So that heals for 100 HP. Very, very nice. Now, this guy right here. Beautiful melody makes people happy. A sad melody makes people sorrowful. That's the power of melodies. This is Cafe Sonata, and this guitarist right here is very, very important. If you talk to him while you have Meloetta in your party, now Meloetta is a psychic type legendary that has an ability to change into a fighting type in battle with the ability, or with the move, Relic Song. Relic Song is learned while having Meloetta in your party from this musician. That is his only purpose. He doesn't really do anything else aside from talk to you, but this is where you're going to do that. This is another holdover thing, much like getting Secret Sword for Keldeo in the Grove behind Alder's house. That is where this has been relegated in this game, even though, again, Meloetta was more of a feature in the first game as an actual event Pokemon than she was this time around. Now, let's talk to you really quickly. Free for all, it's the Castelia Harlequin you haven't visited. To visit, wow, 0. It means you completed the Harlequin hunt. Congratulations, this is a small commemorative gift. And we get ourselves a rare candy. Thank you very much. I will absolutely take that. Castelia Harlequin Hunt is a... Oh, I haven't been doing the silly voice. I apologize. The Castelia Harlequin Hunt is a way to make more people love the Castelia City. That's why we generously give you bicycle at the beginning. It's the best way to get around Castelia City. Keep loving Castelia City. Castelia City, Castelia City, Castelia City. Here we go. My brain, fried in the middle of that. That's why I stuttered so badly. Okay. Just doing that hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Black and White 2. Thank you all so very much for watching. In the next episode, we are going to finish exploring the city, and we're also going to go and see if we can track down Iris and see where she has run off to. I promise you we will get to it next time. Thank you all so very much. I will see you all then.